Three, two, one, and we're live. This is NFTCulture. I'm Pio, and this evening or morning, if you're down under, I have the pleasure of being greeted by a guest of honor, Matty, also known as DCL Blogger. How's it going, Matty?
Hey guys, I'm doing very, very well. It's a pleasure for me to be here as well. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You're welcome anytime. And the resident Rare Pepe expert, Mr. Gillies. How's it going, Gillies?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm excited. So we were just kind of joking off air that this is the most technically involved NFT anything that I've gotten into. And so Gillies is here because he understands how to make heads or tails of it. I consider him an expert. He's humble about it. He won't call himself that, but I think he is. And me and Matty are basically here to pick his brain and just try to understand how to sort of make heads or tails of this. So I'm going to pull up some of the artwork. We're going to talk a little bit about the history first. And then after we talk about the history, we're actually going to go in and we're going to, show people how to technically, create or technically get their hands on some of these Pepes. So I pulled up the John Pepe Basquiat, which is apparently a top 3 Pepe in the Rare Pepe community. So this is definitely my favorite one. Apparently the floor on this is like 8 ETH at this point. Gillies, you said someone sniped this for like 0.4 ETH 3 months ago, right?
Yeah, just off OpenSea, just took it straight off there, cheap as. And it was a good. I'm sure the guy's got a crypto punk as well, so he knows what he's doing. He's got a big portfolio.
No doubt. So, looking at the history, right? I got to shout out Pangolin, Pangollin. Follow him on Twitter. He knew the history. He was the expert, and basically said that there are several projects that predate Rare Pepes. One notable example is Spells of Genesis. And then in 2016, Rare Pepes were created. What makes the Rare Pepes special and why Art Gnome, who is an expert on NFT history, considers Joe Looney, who is the creator of Rare Pepe wallet, the godfather of NFTs, and Rare Pepe as the birth of crypto art, is because it was the first community and the most decentralized crypto art project. Okay. And so there's like a lot of technical stuff that we're going to go into. Basically, that Rare Pepes and Gillies, please correct me if I misspeak here, but Rare Pepes are built on Counterparty. Is that the right way I say that? Are they built on Counterparty?
Yeah, it's on Counterparty and traded on. It's almost like a BCT sidechain sort of integration using XCP.
Okay, so it's built on Counterparty, which is a token protocol that was created in 2014 by Bitcoiners, where they burned 2,100 Bitcoins to create 2.6 million XCP token, which Gillies just mentioned. This runs on top of Bitcoin and is used to store token data within Bitcoin transactions, specifically within op return. So this is getting like technical here, but the bottom line is all Rare Pepes actually live directly on the Bitcoin blockchain. So they're Bitcoin-based NFTs, okay? On OpenSea, they're vaulted, which is different than being wrapped. And what that means is there are a couple of different vaults, but a known vault is the Emblem Vault, which is an experimental program for allowing the buying and selling of other blockchain assets on Ethereum. And you say experimental as a warning because it's not fully audited yet. So there are risks, but the developers working on it have been working on it for years. And basically the Emblem Vault lets you store assets from any blockchain altogether. So you could put XCP tokens in there, ETH tokens in there, the Rare Pepe cards. It's a very interesting idea on the blockchain. So I'll kind of stop there. Matty, do you have any kind of comments on that, or Gillies, is there anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just like to. It's the counterparty stuff is almost like the Matic side and the Ethereum side. How you can just switch your RCP, I think it's called an RCP, and then just go in between the two, kind of like that. So you can it's still connected, but it's not the same.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't have much to add. I just have a bunch of questions. So when it's question time, you let me know. I'm just gonna fire.
For sure. And so, Rare Pepe artists, they submitted their artwork through a submission process to a group called the Rare Pepe Scientists. And that was 7 guys, including the creator, Joe Looney. And he's regarded very, highly in the community. And basically, there's a number of series of these Rare Pepe. So I'm going to share here the different series. Just one second. All right. So where's the full collection here? Series 7. Gotcha. Rare Pepe directory. All right. So first of all, they're just so funny. So Gillies, you're big on the early series, like series 1, right?
Yeah.
So when we kind of look at these, this is a very notable one, right?
Yeah. I think that's the first fractionalized NFT. So that's like one of the rarest ones, but it can be fractionalized. That's why when you go on OpenSea, sometimes you're seeing for like 0.00000069 of a card. And that's why they go so cheap. But it's actually ruining it in a way, because you're eventually going to have to combine all these cards back to make one card.
So were they properly fractionalized in the sense of put into a contract and then locked there with tokens issued towards it? It can be put together back again, so it's a proper.
Yes. From my understanding, yes. Yeah, just like
Interesting.
Pepe Cash and some other things. Oh, yeah, Pepe Cash.
Yeah, I mean, it's very involved when you kind of like get into it. All of them, in my opinion, are pretty funny. And if you're into vintage stuff, like we were talking off air for a second about curio cards, which are really like mooning right now. If you're into vintage stuff, I think that these are a brainer. Like if you live in the United States and you were an adult in 2016, you probably think that this one's pretty funny. I'm a big fan of them. So let's dive into the technical side, Gillies, and let's just show people where to start. So what is the starting point of acquiring a Rare Pepe? Is it going to the Rare Pepe wallet website?
Well, I'll give you my story on how I started. So that's probably the easiest way to do it. So you start off with your Rare Pepe wallet, which is on that site. And as soon as you pretty much bring it up, it will give you a wallet. And that can store Bitcoin, XCP, Pepe Cash, and all your cards. But to get XCP, you've got to go through DexTrade. DexTrade's about one of the only places that's giving out XCP at the moment. And I know from personal fact that they're having a few problems getting withdrawals at the moment. And my last one took 36 hours. The price on there has increased 100 times. But so you can either go that way and then transfer from DexTrade into this wallet so you can buy them there, or you can do another section where you go around the back way and use a dispenser out of xchain.io, which is where all the bargains are lying at the moment, because everyone's getting on board and going through that front way, the easy way, and just snapping everything up.
Okay, and so you consider the Rare Pepe wallet the easy way?
Yeah, that's the easy way. For anyone that doesn't know how to do it, this is the easiest way. You're using an exchange. You don't have to worry too much. It's all pretty simple.
Okay,
By the way,
for
guys,
people to buy, go ahead, Matty.
Can I just quickly jump in that what you guys are doing at the moment is similar to how I was feeling in like 2017, 2018 when we were all figuring it out. I'm not sure about your NFT journey, Pio and Gillies, but for me, it was the same thing. It was like this foreign website. I had no clue what I was doing, but I knew that no one else was doing this stuff. So it's fun. It's cool that it is this hard. It's because it's this hard. That's why there's opportunity, right? Because once it isn't this hard, that's when hundreds or more people come in.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that got me to start with, was the arbitrage. Like, just for example, just this morning, I picked up a Deo Pepe hack, which I paid 0.06, which is about 0.9 Ethereum. But on OpenSea, they're selling, I think the minimum buy now is 2.9 ETH. Wow. So you're almost looking at 2 ETH turnaround if it sells at that price.
Well, you're probably looking for some kind of positive arbitrage, right? Some type of profit is going to be amassed if you have that insider knowledge. So, when we're on here, right, you're going to need Bitcoin to pay the gas, and you're going to
Yep.
need XCP to either buy a Pepe directly or to buy Pepe Cash. Is that correct?
Yes. So in Series 1, you can buy Pepe Cash, which then can be exchanged for other cards. So if you click on one of those cards there, just on that screen, and it turns around, you can choose to buy with XCP or Pepe Cash. But you have to buy Pepe Cash with XCP.
Okay. So either way, it's with XCP.
Yeah.
And you've been talking about how most of the good stuff on this site is now sold out because people have gotten hip to it and they've started cleaning it out. Is that correct?
Yeah. So when I first started, there was heaps of stuff there, and you'd be able to pick up most of the stuff or half the stuff that you want. And in the last probably week, it's been cleared out. Even in the last 2 days, my list of what I was going to buy is cut down by 90%. It's flying off the shelves. And so when we talked about the DEX trade having troubles, the volume at the moment is exponential. It's just going crazy.
So how much volume has been traded in Rare Pepes in the last, say, 48 hours?
If we do got coin,
and is there a place where we can track sales? Is there a place that we can see what's selling for how much?
I haven't found one yet. This and the backside in the dispensers are the only place you can really buy them, but there's no real website where you can see what's going on. The only thing I'm running off is the XPC price and the volume on that.
And the volume of that's $240,000 in the last 24 hours. Is that right?
I will get it up here. So in the last 24 hours. Oh, you got the chart there? Do you want to just click on that link?
Do I have the chart? I just opened up CoinGecko XCP.
PO?
The chart.
Yeah, the counterparty chart in that link in Discord.
Okay, yeah, I'll grab that link in Discord right now. So this is the chart with the XCP price action. Is that right? Or the volume?
Because there's only one exchange that you can go to, like an easy exchange, and this here shows that exchange because the other ones, there's 2 other ones, but the volumes are just not there. So if we scroll down,
we're looking 7-day volume.
Yeah, just do 7-day, or even 30 probably gives a better picture of like what's been happening over the last month.
Look at that.
Yeah. But
so there were spikes.
Yeah, so it's kind of represents when Emblem Finance sort of started and you were able to do this kind of stuff. So that's where you're seeing these spikes come up and people transferring stuff over. And pretty much in the last couple of days, this is where people have realized the huge arbitrage and they're trying to get through the system. But the volume down here at the bottom just shows on how much volume is actually going through. So it's more, what I'm getting at is the amount of hype that's come behind this project is only coming now where people are realizing it.
So this graph is basically people rushing to get XCP to buy Pepes.
Yep. Or Pepes or Spell of Genesis.
Spell of Genesis. Okay.
Yep.
Which predates Pepes and is slightly different. It's not built on Bitcoin, I don't think, right?
Yeah, so it's the same. You buy it the same way, except you don't use the Rare Pepe. You use the sort of backdoor dispenser on the Xchain.io website, or you can use. I use a wallet called Free Wallet, and you can buy it through that for Bitcoin, but you can only buy it through Bitcoin there.
Okay, so it is built on Bitcoin as well.
Yes.
Spells of Genesis is also okay. Okay, so I was wrong about that. Okay, so basically, long story short, XCP is basically only use case for XCP at this point in 2021 is to buy one of these two vintage NFT projects that are built on Bitcoin that are, like we were talking about, very challenging, not user friendly compared to just buying something on OpenSea. We have crazy high volume on XCP right now that's directly reflective of people rushing in to buy this XCP currency, which has really no other use case in 2021 for the most part, I'm assuming, other than buying these two projects, right?
Well, yeah, that's the presumption I'm taking. But XCP is basically, from what I can understand, is almost a smart layer contract for Bitcoin, just an old one, a very simple one.
Seems so.
Yeah,
Can I share my screen, guys, at some point? I'd love to show you the portfolio I'm looking at.
Absolutely, do it right now.
Okay. Sweet. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so my friend just sent me a link to this, and all I see is an address, a balance, a total estimate value of 9.2 million, and I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Apparently, there's 141 pages of what looks like different Pepes.
Babe Ruth Pepe.
Bachelor Pepe, back to Pepe. Like, I have zero clue what any of this. I don't even know how to list it from the most expensive down. Oh, hey, this one's $64,000 apparently. Let's open this guy up. Bane Pepe.
Yeah. So if you go back one just to see how many there are in his collection. So where's that Bane Pepe gone?
Where is it? Maybe the next page.
Yeah, so he's got 25 of those. So I'm pretty sure I've seen some of them going for close to 0.7 ETH
each.
And each.
Oh, so it says percentage of supply. So 2.5% supply, meaning that he has 1/40th of the supply. So 40 times that would be 1,000. So this is 1,000 of those. So that way we can get a snapshot of the supply. A question for you guys: Is there no way to add more Pepes to this? Is this the supply?
No, that's it.
Okay, this is it. Whatever we have, that is it. Now, how do we know what is the total supply of Pepes?
So if you go to the Rare Pepe wallet, this one so if you actually click on one of these cards here.
Any of them?
Yeah, just jump on one.
Okay, let's do.
Oh, go to one down because I like that one.
All right.
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah.
Bachelor Pepe.
Yeah, I do like that one as well. But if you scroll up a little bit, so you got total supply of 25. Is it total supply of 25? Yeah, total supply of 25. And then see in this thing here, if you go down to where it says information, down a little bit, and says dispenser.
Yep.
Yeah, if you click on that there. So this is what's for sale in the back end where you can buy it for Bitcoin. So if you go to the top one and they what 1.16 Bitcoin, you view that. Yeah. So you click
So that is the cheapest available one at the moment.
No, I doubt it will be available.
Is that what that means?
But you click view. Yeah, so you click view.
Yeah.
See, it's got you give them on the side. It's got your asset, you give amount, your escrow, and you give remaining. So this contract here has already been expired. Someone's bought that at 0.16 Bitcoin. But see the address or above the QR code. So you send that much Bitcoin to that address, and they will send you a card back. So it's like a smart contract where it's initiated by you sending Bitcoin to an address, and they will turn around and send that card back in that one transaction.
Interesting. So I send the amount. If this status was open, that means that I can do that or something.
Yeah.
And then if I send exactly that 0.16, so what if I send 0.1675 to that?
I don't actually know. I haven't actually tried that, but I'm guessing it will just either refund or keep your excess.
So 167 would initiate the transfer, and then I'd get the Pepe.
Yeah. So I did that just this morning. For a DO Pepe hack. AO Pepe hack.
0.167 Bitcoin. That's like
It's a
Isn't
lot.
that like 7,000 USD or something, or
Yeah.
something crazy?
Yeah. Well, this card's only
50,000.
got
Yep.
But if
It's
you actually
almost $8,500.
yeah, but if you go back to dispenser and you actually see what some people actually bought that stuff for.
So again, this is total supply is 25. Did we see
Yeah.
how many of these this account has? So let's just quickly check again. Bachelor Pepper. He's got
3 of them.
3 out of 25. All right. So
Yeah.
he's got 3 out of 25. And you said go to dispensers. Okay.
Yeah. So if you look down further, it's got one there for .7. If you view that, I'm guessing that should still be open. Nah, see, that's close. So someone's paid 0.7 Bitcoin for that
5
card
months ago.
5 months ago.
Damn.
Okay.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Holy shit.
Yeah, look.
What?
Yeah.
And 5 months
So,
ago, someone paid 2.5 BTC for this.
yeah, but that still
What?
might be open. So if you view
Oh,
it,
right. So you don't know if it's
oh
this.
It's
no,
closed.
someone's bought,
It's
someone's
closed.
paid.
But how do you know that's not some guy just delisting it?
I don't actually know that. I don't know if
Yeah. So
if
he
the
could have
transfer
delisted it as well.
because if you go to transfer hash, you might be able to see it in there. I'm still learning this back way very quickly. Generating confirmations. Wait, if you scroll down, yeah, I'm still learning this little bit of this contracts.
If those are actual sold prices, so it says transaction fees. So it looks like a transaction fee went through.
Yeah.
Details. What else is got here? Can we see the transfer actually occur? So is that like a from address to address sort of thing?
Source. I think you can go into the source and sort of have a look to where it says source.
Oh, here, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, so yeah, so it means that the source is. I'm guessing the original person that had it no longer has that.
Right. So that's the address it supposedly came out of. Maybe we can look at orders. Or okay, so this looks like a transaction.
But those are Dexter Pepe and Marvin
Yeah.
Pepe. They're probably
that's
pretty
something
funny.
else. This is having used Ethereum for so long and then having to try and use this is very different.
So sends, these are the ones that he had. So the plus ones and then the minus ones.
Yeah.
So everything's chopped up everywhere.
Yeah, and you can't sort by highest to low. You can't sort. Yeah.
Pepe Viagra.
That's actually a really, really expensive card.
Is it?
It's in the first series, low amounts.
So how do you know what's in the first series? Let me pop this portfolio back up again. How do we estimate the real value of this? Or we can't really do that, can we?
It's very choppy and changey. So what you can do is if you go to Rare Pepe wallet, you can actually scroll through some of the previous sales, which will be
where's that?
XCP. So if you go to the actual site,
Matty, I'll pull it up. We're gonna keep yours ready to rock, and I'm gonna pull up the wallet so you can keep that wallet ready to rock, and we'll pull it up if necessary. I'm just gonna go to Rare Pepe wallet real quick.
All
right, here we go.
So
I already stopped for you. So yeah.
Nice.
If you go to Series 1 and bring up.
So.
We'll bring up some of the cards that have been selling for 77F, which is the number one, has been selling around that price. So in Series 1, card 1 had a couple of sales. Yeah, so you have to move the screen over. But yeah, so that card 1 there, if you click on that and you go to XCP, and you can see how much these previous people have paid. So that's 5,000 XCP.
It's $30,000 bucks.
30,000.
XCP
Yeah.
is $6.
No, XCP has just, well, at the moment it's 10-ish. So you're looking at what, $50,000 at the moment. But see, there's none for sale, so you can't even buy these cards anymore. You can only have a look at what the previous couple have done. Once a lot of these cards get onto OpenSea, then we'll get a better idea of price and what people are willing to pay. But right, there'll be another guy out there that can actually go through and figure out exactly what each is worth from the blocks.
And so let's say we want to buy one now because you sent me XCP. We have Bitcoin in the wallet. I want to buy one. Can we walk through a buy?
Yep. So the easiest thing to do would be, say, buy $2,000 Pepe Cash. So if you scroll down a little bit and keep going,
Pepe Cash.
Yeah, buy some Pepe Cash because there's a card in the back end. There's a card later that's for 2,000 Pepe Cash. So this is Pepe Cash. You can actually buy it for whatever you want. But if you can buy 2,000 of those, it would be good.
So people are selling Pepe.
Yep. So you just click on the top one on the sell orders.
Okay, right here.
Yeah.
So this is.
Yep. And then you put in 2,000 on the top there.
Okay.
You want 2,000 Pepe Cash, and then it tells you how much it's going to cost, and then you preview order. So
place order.
It normally sets your transaction gas for you. So these transactions can take anywhere from 2 minutes, or probably not 2 minutes, but like 10 minutes to 3 hours, 5 hours, depending on what the transaction.
Just a casual 3 hours.
People must be having a ball.
A Pepe card, it could take 3 hours to get to your wallet. It could.
Yes. You can do it from other ways. Like I've got one of my free wallets. The free wallet I've got, you can set the transaction cost in that, and you can use Bitcoin. So I find that way now it's not as much listing, but I find it easier because I can just send Bitcoin straight to my wallet there, buy a Pepe, exactly what it says, set the transaction cost, comes straight back. There's no DEX trade that way. But it just doesn't have the same numbers of cards for sale. Like you go through this pile, and there'll be a few for sale. There won't be heaps, but on the other side there won't be very many.
Okay, and so let's say we go shopping now, and I'm looking for a buy. Never financial advice, but I'm looking for a buy now. Which volume am I going for, or which series?
How much? To be honest, you've left it like probably a week too late for this site. But if I was going to pick an easy one, see if you got a Series 18 card 31.
Card 31. There's a tribe called Quest Pepe right here.
See, all that stuff all the art stuff that you've been looking at, that's all sold out. You can't buy any of that. You haven't been able to buy it in ages.
So this is a Miro. Yeah, this is a Miro Pepe. So shout out to the surrealist artist Miro. That's awesome. I'll buy this. Let's go. So I'm going to buy it. Okay.
Yeah, you go XCP, but there'll be none there.
Okay. So if I go to XCP.
Yeah, there's no sell orders.
Okay.
So all the good cards, I'll safely say all the good cards are going off here.
Okay. So would you say
cards, they're 50 grand, 70 grand, 100 grand.
So is your take that there's zero solid buys on this site at this point?
At the moment, I'm picking up all the scraps. I'm picking up anything that's about 100. I'm picking up anything that's a series of 100 that has some sentimental value to someone. So stuff from like the early Chainlink days, the early Bitcoin days, all those memes that you see on Twitter constantly and didn't know where they came from. Most of them came from here. So I'll just go through and I pick up anything that's related to that. I'll pick it up.
So is there anything, in your opinion, with the amount of XCP we have in this wallet right now, that is a buy?
It depends. Are you looking for a flip or are you looking for something that you would actually like?
Either one.
So
Pepe Lennon.
So I stole most of the ones I would have got this morning, but see, Mr. Potato Head, I like that one, which is Series 16, number 16. When I was looking through a little while ago, there was something special about this card. There was an article about it. I can't exactly remember the issue, but I've written it down for a reason.
Mr. Potato Pepe right here. So am I going to buy it with XCP or Pepe Cash?
XCP.
No sell orders.
Yeah, so this is what's happening, especially over the last 2 days. It's just next level.
Pick clean.
Yeah.
So do we think there's anything here left? Or is it just, it's done?
So this is, what series are you on? Sorry, real quick, 16, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're telling me,
30.
Sorry, Gillies, real quick, is there none to buy here because there's not many listings? Like people just haven't listed it for sale. So I would assume because it's such an old project, people would have just lost their wallets or not even known there's even hype around this at all.
Yep. That's exactly right. And some of the biggest wallets hold a lot of this stuff. So there's one card called Pepe Bolt, which is the NFT game, where you can actually play a game in one of these NFTs. It's just a little jumpy thing. And that there, I think the top 3 wallets hold over 90% of it. So then the rest is spread out 1 or 2 over 10 or 20 people or something. So I will say there are cards for sale in here, but they're expensive. You're going to have to be willing to pay 50 grand kind of stuff.
Jeez.
So we're pick clean. There's nothing for us to buy right now.
There is
nothing cheap.
Okay, let's go to Pepe Bank. I'm pretty sure you'll get one of these. Okay, back to Pepe. Series 25, number 4. I'll guarantee there'll still be some of these left.
Back to the Pepe.
Yeah. So there's 2. So this has got a 2,000 supply, so it's not going to be in demand as much, but you're still normally going to still make money on this. These should only be 7x or 7 XCP.
Am I buying it with XCP or Pepe Cash?
XCP.
And why not Pepe Cash?
Because not everyone sells it in Pepe Cash, because you still have to sell your Pepe Cash to get back. Like you can sell your Pepe Cash in the back end for Bitcoin. Oh, so that's all sold out.
There's a sell order for Pepe Cash right here.
Yeah, and how much are they each? They're 100. No, 1,000.
It says 1,000 Pepe. It's 67 USD. And it looks like there's 6. So I have to buy all 6 or I can buy just one?
No, you can buy just one, but they were 7 yesterday.
7 USD?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, so you can buy it there. Yeah, you're using Pepe Cash. Yeah, so you can buy that. You click on it.
So I'm clicking on this right here for the 7 XCP.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
buying one.
Yep.
Preview order. Place the order.
Yep.
That's
all right, so we just
played this month.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it. So I have this wallet set up, and then Gillies has to help me. So we're gonna have to actually create a vault for each individual card in order to get it on OpenSea.
Yeah.
Right.
So you go to Emblem Finance, you open a vault.
Matty's like, I don't got time for this shit, man. He's like, I'm running Medicaid. I don't have time for this Pepe stuff right now.
No, I love it. I love the fact that it's just so time consuming because everyone's going to be like, nah, I just don't want to do this stuff. There's probably like 50 people in the world that can be bothered doing this stuff right now, which is great.
Yeah. So,
Dude.
and then what I'm saying, a lot of them are the same people getting cards, selling cards, and taking that extra profit and running it back in, and then just flipping their way, like basically what Gary Vee does, and just flip his way to a house.
Yeah, I love NFTs and I love Pepe's, and I'm excited as hell to have Matty on stream. And I was like, dude, I don't want to do this with all the steps involved, you know. So that tells you a lot. I don't know how many people are gonna do it. All right, so look, I'm on this Emblem site, right? Here we are. This is the right site, emblem.finance. And
So
now
you
I
just
have
go,
to connect to MetaMask or
Yep. So I've already
connect to MetaMask.
sent your account 300 Koval, which you get off OpenSea, which is a very cheap amount. And you need that to build a vault. So there's another step, but you're just going to skip it out.
Okay. So I got the 600.
Yep. So it only takes
Click on the
300.
600.
No, you got to go over to the left-hand side and create a vault. Create one. And then next, so that just says that you're the owner, as in your MetaMask. So you go next, and then you go create the vault name, which you basically just steal from you. If you go back to your Pepe card,
okay.
Like
right, because
Yep.
So
go back to
what do you remember the name?
How would you transfer a portfolio?
It with a lot of time and a lot of gas.
If I want to buy this guy's portfolio,
yeah,
what does that even look like in time wise, and is it possible?
Well, yeah. I've done probably 50 cards. 50, yeah, about 50 cards.
Would that take a week?
It takes a very long time. But see, you can set up these vaults. You can set up a whole bunch of them, and then you can just do all the transfers, and it just sits there waiting, and then you can go do whatever you got to go do.
Sorry, I meant so for example, just transferring it from his counterparty wallet to my counterparty wallet.
Yeah, well, it would just be like sending a NFT. So he would just say send to you.
Do you have to do them all individually, or can he just send the whole lot, like bang?
I'm not 100% sure on it, but I'm pretty sure he's going to have to do it individually.
Okay. And you're saying they take 2 minutes to 3 hours potentially.
It depends on how much like Bitcoin you want to pay in gas. Well, gas is just a way of putting it so Ethereum people know, but it's how much. Yeah.
And is that part of it really expensive?
To be honest, it's probably cheaper than Ethereum.
Okay, cool.
Ethereum's like way, yeah.
That's one.
Yeah, Ethereum's notorious for. Yeah, Ethereum's got shitty gas.
Yeah, it's actually surprising how cheap it is compared to Ethereum these days.
I reckon Bitcoin might make a resurgence in this whole NFT thing because it's where history matters, right? And at the end of the day, it did start with Bitcoin, and it's freaking awesome that NFTs actually started on Bitcoin, and they existed on Bitcoin before, or art, right? NFTs or not is debatable because NFTs are non-fungible tokens. These are semi-fungible in the sense of one Pepe can be another Pepe, but art or crypto art had an existence on Bitcoin, and OpenSea right now is a thing because that's just how smart contracts are developed to a level where it's very easy to transact, relatively easy. But there's no reason why people that are invested in the space would not work to make these bridges in Bitcoin and to make these Pepes more transferable. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Very,
well,
very.
Wow. Just on a side tangent, you look at what Emblem Vault actually does. The next evolution in the NFT space will be your avatar, your 10,000K avatar with 0.1 Bitcoin slotted in the back of it. So how's a project going to die when it's linked to Bitcoin, as in an underlying asset behind it, and that you could actually pop it open and get your Bitcoin out? So the price of that NFT will actually move with Bitcoin price.
Yeah.
So the NFT is a wallet?
Yeah, so the NFT is like, so you would put the bit of Bitcoin in your vault, and the NFT would be your 10K project, but you could actually crack that vault, destroy your avatar, and pull out your Bitcoin. So that if the floor got too low, you could just take the Bitcoin out.
Mm.
And if you see a huge influx in the price of Bitcoin, you'd see a whole bunch of these getting bought. But it's just an idea. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even understand what you're going for, but what Maddie said before, Maddie, I am a big time Bitcoiner. Full disclosure, like I'm like a Bitcoin maximalist or whatever. Obviously, I have to use ETH for NFTs, but my belief is that as these layers get built on Bitcoin, like everyone talks about Lightning all the time, and ETH maximalists get really mad when you talk about Lightning, but I think everything's just gonna get built on Bitcoin because like winner takes most in like these kinds of things, and once NFTs are built on Bitcoin with a way better transaction fee, the most powerful blockchain in the world, at that point, maybe we'll just have wrapped, all these old NFTs will be wrapped and put on Bitcoin. I don't know. I could see it happening, but just a thought.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. And I think it's going to be a massive ETH versus Bitcoin fight, because NFTs are definitely a dominant, if not probably going to be the most dominant play for assets like, what do you call it, store of value with NFTs. It's one of the best way to store your value, right? And the argument is Bitcoin is the best way to do that. Ethereum potentially second best if you're talking fungible tokens, but where do you store your NFTs and which have most value? And if it runs back to Bitcoin, super interesting what's going to happen between ETH versus BTC.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. So back to this incredibly mentally draining process that we're doing here to get my single Pepe into a place where I can actually use it on OpenSea. So the name of the Pepe was Back to the Pepe, right? So I'm going to name it that.
No. So that transaction's going to take 3
That would be
hours
too
to go
easy.
through.
That would be
So
too easy.
So I sent you a card earlier, and how about we
Yeah, I
create
got it.
one for that one,
All right.
and then
So
I'll show
whoa,
you
Pepe.
how. Yeah, well, Pepe, and then you got to put. It's nice to put the series and the card number in, so people know where to look for it, and then the supply amount. So 1 out of however so many.
Like this.
Yeah, I think it's 1 out of. Is it a 1 out of 100?
It is. It's a good one.
1 out of 100.
If I hit next.
Yep. Hit next. And then what you do is you go back to the site, you right click, and you take the image address, copy the image address.
Are you kidding me, dude? So dude, what am I doing? I'm taking the image address.
So instead of clicking the card to flip, you right click and you copy the image address.
Okay, got it.
And then you put that image address in here.
Embed display URL.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so it comes up as the image. So that's the image that will be called for the NFT. So if that site goes down, that image will go down. But that site's been up forever. So don't worry about that next bit, and then just go approve Koval.
So wait a second. So where the PNGs are stored are different for each Pepe, or is it the same?
So this way is just cheating basically, because the NFT actually goes into a vault, but then the NFT that sits on OpenSea, you can either, I'm just taking the cheats way and just using that as the address, or it's within the metadata, there should be an address that should be up. So I just didn't have time to go through all that and find out where it is, because there's just not enough time with the amount of people doing this stuff.
Okay, so I just paid the gas fee. Are we good? Or do I do it down here?
Yeah, do it. Yeah. So if anything does go wrong with where the image is coming from, what you can do is you can crack it, get your thing out, find out where the metadata is stored, and then use that metadata as the image address.
Damn. I got an $80 gas fee. I'm just going for it. I'm just doing it.
Yeah, so I do most of mine sitting around that 30 mark. Normally
For
when
the sake
America
of this
goes
video.
to bed. Yeah. So
all right, so go ahead.
So now you've created the vault. When that transaction goes through, you'll be able to see that NFT on OpenSea, but that actually has nothing in it because you haven't transferred anything into that vault. So this is where some scams might come up on OpenSea where there's nothing actually inside a vault, but someone's displaying something like this. So someone will come in, buy it, and there'll be nothing in there. So it's actually worthless. The other thing is people are starting to do fractionalized. So they'll just send a fraction of a card into the vault, and you'll see people buying it thinking it's a whole one if they haven't looked properly. So if you scroll down, it will say your Bitcoin there, the Bitcoin address, deposit address, up a little bit, that down a little bit, down a little bit, deposit address underneath the Bitcoin. Yeah, that one. So if you click that, that's where you send your Pepe card. You need to send that to there.
All right, so ready? We're almost done with the first card going, and we're waiting for the second one to come through. So I'm gonna send, right?
Yep, send, yep. And you
Receiver's address.
Yep, send one. Yeah.
That's it?
Yep, send it. And then that'll take however long it takes.
3 hours.
This is a big, yeah. So how many cards are you looking at, Matty? Like hundreds?
Just too many, man.
Okay, but if you
however long it takes though.
If you go to OpenSea now, you should have it. It should be in your wallet.
On OpenSea.
Yeah, so you go to OpenSea. So the NFT isn't in the vault yet, but your NFT the vault NFT that you built should be on OpenSea. But I'll show you what it means by there's nothing in the vault.
1 second.
So there's a lot. So if you click on your card there. So
there's 1,400 different cards this guy has. That's different cards, and each card is a variety from 1 to 200.
Yeah.
So they're all pretty rare.
Yeah. So you can put more than one in a vault, and it'd be worth 3 times. Okay, so just quickly here, you go to the BTC address where in the description, and that will take you to the vault. What's inside the vault?
There's nothing.
Yep. So it should come up with X-Chain. Does it come up with a?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Here we go.
So if you see here where it says assets and that where it says no records found, it means that there's nothing in that vault. So you need to actually check this if you're going to buy anything off OpenSea to check that there is something actually in the vault. This will also say like 0.01 if it's fractionalized instead of an asset of 1. Because I think it was yesterday or about this week sometime, someone bought a number 1 series card and it was a fraction of the card. It was 0.0001 and whoever it was paid 2.5 ETH. So if you actually created that as a whole card, it'd be valued at 25,000 ETH. So he hasn't actually looked at the numbers or he's just gone, no, I want it. I don't care. I'm going to buy it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
So eventually, when that transaction goes through, that there will be in that record.
Okay, Matty, go ahead. I know you have a question.
No, I was just saying, with the fractionalized thing, I'm sure many of those fractions are lost. So it's interesting to see how that values. Like, how do you value that?
Yeah. So they also got burn addresses. So some of these cards have been burnt, and when you see the holders, sometimes it will come up with an address which is burnt.
And will this empty vault go away once the asset hits the vault?
I think so. I think that might just be something OpenSea has introduced, because none of mine have empty vaults sitting there.
So I'm just never going to be able to sell this thing because people are going to see empty vault.
Well, if it's screwed up, you can always crack it, get your card back, and then put it back in.
Can't wait for you to walk me through that. Okay, so we just went through the whole process of getting one damn card, right? We took, that was everything. There's nothing else to do.
Oh, we didn't look at the dispenser side, but you're gonna have to figure that one out by yourself.
I want to do it, dude, but we've been going for 50 minutes, and I want to look at the OpenSea secondary market for these things with you for a minute, and you know we can wrap up in like 10, 15 minutes. We've taken an hour of Matty's time here, but so I want to look at these So what do you think of the Polygon vault? Is that totally different?
Yeah, so it's the exact same things, but instead of minting on Ethereum, you're just minting on Poly, so that your transaction fees are minimal, tiny.
Okay. So do you think that there are buys here? Do you think there's value here in the emblem stuff that's on OpenSea on the secondary already? It looks like the price is going up. There was a ton of stuff for 0.04 before, and it looks like the price is going up.
Yeah, well, there is. All my good stuff has sold on here. But if you like, all this stuff here is high numbers. I can't really see
anything rare. Anything?
That one there might be rare, that number 17. But if you keep scrolling down, you don't hit your rare cards until.
How about this Biggie Smalls one?
No, not rare. None of this stuff is rare for 0.1. That's my card there, the Back to the Future.
Nice.
It's only when you start getting into the 0.2s where we start seeing some good rare stuff.
What's the best rare one around 0.2 over here?
Well, it depends if you're a Dagon like me or you're a art collector like you.
Who said to Jen myself?
See, there's just the fact that there's like the Ethereum creator picking his nose, and
where Vitalik right there,
yeah, picking his nose. So that face that comes up, there's a guy on Twitter called Chainlink God, and that's his Twitter
right there.
Twitter photo.
That's where it comes from. Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty big. He knows his stuff.
Wait, Gilly, show Matty your hand tattoo.
And
Wait
I
a
would
second.
link.
I've lost the video. Where's my video? Yeah, show me.
Yeah, it's up here. An old link marine from way back.
Chainlink.
Yeah, I actually have an F.
You ride that in the bear market? Chainlink was like, what bear market? It's just mooning through everyone everyone else getting decimated, and Chainlink's just soaring away.
Yeah, I actually sold all my Chainlink the other day so I can buy more of this so that I can pile it back in. So
I feel like this whole NFT thing is definitely putting a dent into the crypto bull run in a way.
Yeah,
like all these newbies, instead of buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're like, "Oh, what's all this NFT art stuff?" And then they're starting throwing like
it's going to extend it.
Images.
It's going to extend the bull run, I think. You know. So what do we think about these 0.2s, Gillies? Anything good here?
Like that eggplant one's 1 in 1,000. All these one coins are terrible. Oh, see as well, there's a empty vault. It says empty vault X10. So some of these projects have multiple cards. So I have one of these one coins, but it's got 10,000 of that card in there. So I bought it at 0.1, but it's technically worth an F if you look at the trading volume. So we picked up heaps of those.
Can I snipe one of those? Can I snipe one of those right now?
what, the 10,000 ones or the?
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any left. See how
Okay.
his one's got times 10 there. But like all of this stuff's pretty common.
But do you think 10 of these for 0.2 is a deal?
No. You could go that other marketplace and buy a whole bunch for less than that.
Right.
So what are you thinking, mate? Are you thinking you're gonna buy the portfolio or acquire the portfolio?
I will.
It's gonna take some time just to actually work out what it's worth. It's just
It will, but like I'm from I got into NFTs with Decentraland, and back then no one knew what the hell anything was worth. So people were like putting together graphs and stuff and just mapping stuff out on paper and trying to figure out where plots of land were worth and why they were worth so much. And people were just doing OTC trades, and there was no smart contract transferring for 6 months. So people were just doing OTC deals where if I sent you money, I would pray and hope that you'd send the land to me. And I'm from that space where we were doing, sometimes it took me like 4 days to do a transfer of 50 lands or 60 lands, because I didn't even know that when you submit gas transactions, that you can update to higher fees. So I would just submit it, and then it would say 3 hours, and I'd be like, well, I'll come back after 3 hours to send you the next one. So I'm down to be patient, because that's where I made most of my money. Like, I don't care how long it takes. If it's going to make millions of dollars, you do it. Like, it can take a year. I don't care. Like, like this is the stuff where everyone's gonna. Yeah, it's. I don't have to convince you guys, but history matters, and the fact that it's preserved so well on blockchain is revolutionary.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the root of.
I honestly think, just very quickly, the whole reason we're seeing mad money into this space is because history and transactions are preserved so well on blockchain. That is the only reason that people are willing to pay and figure out what's what, because they can timestamp and not argue about what came first.
Yeah, and I think it's built around the crypto community, and a lot of these cards directly relate to the growing of like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, all the issues some of the issues like the DAO hacks, the splits, all the little things, and it's all tied into this. So it's almost like a history book on the growth of crypto. So that's why it's so interesting.
That's why you started Chainlink.
Yeah, and there'll be people who are sitting in the channel just shaking their heads like, why would you sell your Chainlink?
So Gillies, I got a question.
I have a very difficult time holding my crypto these days, especially
it just burns a hole in my pocket.
So
I was just going to ask, so like the floor on all of the stuff on OpenSea was 0.04 in the last 3 or 4 days. The floor is clearly doubled to about 0.08. I bought this one on OpenSea for 0.04. It looks like the cheapest version of it is 0.09, just above floor. 2 questions. Would it make sense? Because when I try to flip, I almost always go for floor. I'm not the guy that goes for the rare one, like tries to snipe the rare one. I just buy off the floor because I believe that the project is going to move so much that the floor is going to move up. And then I list at floor and I list at whatever and it sells. So 2 questions. Number 1, what do you think about buying at floor here at 0.08? And then number 2, what do you think about getting the non-rare cards off of the original site and then listing them here at 0.08? I have to think you're going to make money on that, right?
Yes. So there's the problem's going to be supply. So as soon as this supply starts coming through and people start doing it, the real floor is going to eventuate. But like right now, because the supply is not coming across quick enough, it's going to go up. But I predict that the floor
the supply
will go up
from from Rare Pepe wallet to OpenSea.
Yeah. So in my personal opinion, I wouldn't be touching. I would buy stuff from the other side at the cheap price and just leave it there for future. But I wouldn't be buying too much of this right now. I'd be selling it, which I am kind of selling it. I'll give a disclaimer. So I'm selling it on this side, but I'm not holding on to the low value cards. The only cards that I'm holding on to are 250 and below, 250 amount and below, and stuff that's got, like, if it's got an original wallet that's got, say, 90% of the supply and he hasn't touched it for 2 years, I'll be buying lots of that kind of stuff. Yeah, so you almost have to look at the supply and what's been happening with the card in the back end of that X chain to understand where the floor will actually sit for some of these cards.
So you're saying that the best thing to do now would just be to go back to the Rare Pepe wallet and just keep hunting there. There isn't much left, right? There wasn't that much left. Or are you saying the dispenser?
So dispenser and that back and the Rare Pepe wallet, I'd be looking just for cheap 100s, 200 limited supply, and then I'll just be scrolling through OpenSea for those rare cards that people are just trying to get rid of real quick. The other day there was not a Pokemon one, but it was I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Peppy Bang or something. It's one of the cards, but it's listed. It's one of 100, and it was only going for 0.1. It got snapped up pretty quickly. So those good cards are coming across at a cheap price. You really just need to keep an eye out, and they get.
It's really important to know the supply of the project overall. Like, how much cards are there in existence? It matters a lot because it tells you about the sell pressure that's needed to distribute better, because how many whales there are and all the new people coming in. It tells you the timeline of when to expect like exponential growth in the prices. So like with CryptoPunks, we know there's 10,000. If you look at the wallet distribution, we can see that there may be that many whales. But that's why, like, with this whole project, this whole Pepe project, if there's literally like 3 million cards, then is it worth buying one at the cheapest at 0.08 ETH, which is already what, $500, $300? Doesn't make sense to me. So definitely would somehow need to know the total supply.
So total supply of all cards, because I know there's the Marines. One of the Marines cards, I think it's about a billion supply of this one card.
A billion.
A billion. I think it's if you go to Series 7, I think it's at the top at Series 7. I'm pretty sure it's a billion.
Okay, so
which one?
It would be.
No, it's not.
Quite likely that there are some other cards out there with millions of supply, or maybe tens of millions.
So there is a few in the series. There's Pepe Cash. There's the Link Marine one. So all those low hanging fruit on the OpenSea website are those huge amounts. But in a way, it's kind of good for a collection, because it means that even your low players can still have a collection of these cards. So people can still be involved and then have one rare card. So I see there's a little bit of opportunity in that side, but they're not going to be worth anything. They're just going to be.
Okay, so there's a card here called Bitcoin Cash, and it's got 22 million supply.
Bitcoin Cash, yeah.
Sounds rare.
Yeah. So that's why if people are just buying off OpenSea, their numbers, if they're not looking into like what the supply is, it's the floor's going to get shaken very quickly.
Yeah.
So look for rare cards, 200 and under, I would say.
So here's the thing: I clicked Bitcoin Cash, but then it doesn't come up with an image of the Pepe card.
Bitcoin Cash.
Is that?
Let me share your screen. Or you want to share your screen, Matty?
Yeah, sure. Okay, let me ask a bunch of newbie questions, if you guys don't mind. How do I share the screen? Doesn't look like I can. Oh wait.
Got it.
I think I can. Yep. All right. Okay. So here we are, Mr. Whale portfolio. I went to page number 4, and you can see this guy's got 110 Bitcoin Cash Pepes, and he's got 0.0005% even with 110. So we can open this, and it doesn't seem like there's a card here. But it says
No,
22
so
million
that might.
supply.
I haven't looked into that. That might be something else because I know there's other NFT assets on there.
Oh, so these aren't just Pepes then? Probably this guy has.
Yeah, it could be. I don't.
Oh yeah,
I don't actually know what it.
you could
Yeah,
be
see,
right.
that's Spell of Genesis. That one there.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so I picked up one of those this morning as well. One of the Bitcoin ones.
So
I
if
don't
this
actually
is
know how to.
Genesis, he has even this, like it tells you the rarity. So this is just a normal way of
Yeah,
this, like any card here, you should be able to tell the rarity of it by this
yeah,
amount and supply.
yeah. It's just
Pepe
not
or
an
not.
easy way of looking at it.
Okay, let's see if there's any Pepes with like mass supply. So bit crystals? Is bit crystals a thing?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It is something because I see him selling, but it might be Spell of Genesis.
Jeez, there is so much stuff in here. Like, look at this thing. Banana. What the hell even is this? Let's get the banana crime family.
So this portfolio is going to be like what like all these people are buying right now. So in 20 years, someone's going to be going through some guy's Ethereum wallet and going, "What the hell is this? Like pudgy penguins, or what? What is this koala?" Or
Buddha Pepes. So there's about 1,000. There's 100,000 Buddha Pepes. Yeah, 91,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude.
there's some high numbers in this series.
It's good. You're right. It's good in a way that there can be many collectors. And there's just so much variance in pricing now because people will come and be like, oh, I want a Rare Pepe. I'll buy the cheapest one for 0.05 Ethereum or whatever. But there's a lot of people that still haven't transferred their assets from here to Ethereum still.
Yeah. And there's a huge difference in the card. Like what I was talking about before is in the Deegan aspect and then the actual art aspect. The ones that are more arty, that are kind of good in that sense. I haven't seen any of them for sale, but I'm a Deegan, so I can just I get what I want.
Point counter reverent. What is this thing? Claim now bonus event 1000 XCP. Yeah. Cool guys. I'm not sure exactly what I'll do with this portfolio, but I'll do something because I am extremely interested. This is, it's about taking bets on different parts of the industry. And if NFTs are going to be big, all right, you do some avatars, you do some virtual land, you do some Ethereum NFTs, you do some history stuff, you do some gaming, and you never know which one's going to hit. That's my style of investing. I don't really go all into one thing, but I just diversify myself so that if one pops, I'm part of it.
Exactly right.
Hell yeah. One last question, Gillies. Forgive me. It was just a little unclear to me. So on the Rare Pepe wallet site, even if I want to get one of these higher mint ones, like those ones that are selling on OpenSea right now for 0.08 ETH, right? Those ones that you're looking at them, you're like, the supply's way high. I'm not paying 0.08 ETH for that. Do you know for sure if any of those are available on the Rare Pepe wallet site? Because it looked like most stuff was sold out when we were going through it. But you seem to mention
the million side, when they start getting past a million, they're always for sale, unless someone's come in the last 2 days and just got them all. But if you want, I'll put some of my shitter cards up. You can buy them.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess that this was definitely a lot to follow, but it was a great time. Thank you for joining us, Matty. It was an honor. And yeah, maybe we can do another stream sometime where we could talk about something that I actually know something about.
It's all good, man. It's the nature of the space. There's always people that are clueless, and that's me and you right now.
I'm right there too.
Yeah. Now you're an expert now, man. You know how to transact a Pepe and transfer it to Ethereum. You are a true expert now. There are probably like 30 of you in the world.
Well, I will admit that probably like 2 weeks ago, I didn't even know this counterparty existed, and I didn't even realize Bitcoin had smart contract sort of capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now we know.
I see you looking at that curio, Matty. I got a curio. I'm liking that 2 ETH floor.
Did you see like this sale? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this is a legitimate floor, like was a legitimate sale or not. Because
Big sale.
this guy, I bought one of these guys about 2 weeks ago, and about 3 hours ago, one just sold for a ridiculous 192 Ethereum.
Whew. Whew.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I have no clue if that's a legit sale or what, but I bought 2 of them for about 15 ETH about 21 days ago. Just yeah, I had no idea what I was doing, and I think curio cards are really interesting because there's still not many people that know that they predate punks,
Yeah.
and with the speculation that will go on from now until September 1st.
October 1st because of the auction.
Because of the auction, yeah.
Oh my
The
God, man.
auction,
Matty,
like Christie's basically signals to everyone else that doesn't know about NFTs what's relevant. And if they're going to say this is pre-punks and all that, I have no idea what's going to happen after or before.
Matty, we got to hold them, right? We got to hold them past the auction.
I'm holding, man. You guys want to see? So I've got my Google Drive spreadsheet up. One sec. Let me just stop sharing just in case I
Sure.
show something I shouldn't.
Yeah.
So I got let me show you this thing. How do I? Okay. Can you guys see this spreadsheet?
Yep.
Okay, so this was August 6th when I bought in to curio cards. And I was just buying a bunch of different stuff, and I was like, oh, this should pop because it predates CryptoPunk. So you can see I bought the Barbarian 18 ETH. I bought 2 of them, 1 of the Wizard, 28 of Mad Bitcoins at 0.17 ETH.
Oh my
0.11
God.
ETH. 0.1 here, 0.1. All right. And then, so that was August 6th when I did the snapshot. And I think I bought them on like August 5th, right? And the next day, the portfolio went from 250K to 600K. And then today I did a snapshot and it's 2.4 million.
In 30 days.
In less than 30 days, right?
Unbelievable.
It's all about being early, isn't it? Early, thinking outside the box, doing your research.
Exactly. It's about being early. And look, if CryptoPunks are hot right now, getting into them has a less of an upside than getting into something that is not hot right now. So when I was buying curio cards, it was like, you've always got that feeling of whether this will pop or not. And you just got to push past that and get into it and take that risk if you truly feel the way of the industry and the way it's moving. And there's no doubt the way this industry is moving is propping up what is historically relevant. And we can all thank that to CryptoPunks. CryptoPunks became important because they made they pushed the fact that they were the first NFTs on Ethereum. And then people were like, oh, well, then history matters. And now because of that, everyone's rushing back to find these historical pieces. So,
yeah.
That's why I'm looking at.
I'm watching the Ether
Crypto
Rocks.
Arte, baby. Ether Rocks, okay.
Everyone's watching something. So Ether Rocks was a late 2017 project, right?
Yeah.
I actually came across a project the other day. It was called Pixel Map, I think. This thing. You guys see this thing?
No.
So Pixel Map.
I've seen one of these in some accounts that are buying this stuff.
This is a Ethereum project, though.
Yeah.
That's Adam McBride. Adam,
Adam, yeah.
he's been on this show before. He's the man. He digs up all this old stuff. He's the NFT historian.
You know what's interesting about this image? Ben Nolan. I want to make something like this, but in 3D, and he went on to make CryptoVoxels. You guys know
Wow.
CryptoVoxels?
Yeah. That's big.
So where can you buy this pixel map?
So this, you got to buy straight from the contract. And basically the story behind this, as far as I know, is that there was only like 500 or so that was minted and sold, and the rest of the tiles were listed at 2 Ethereum each. And then the guy, I think Peter, figured out, or was it Ken? Okay, yeah, Ken figured out that there's so much interest to buy this stuff because history is picking up again. So he went on and bought all of the pixels back for 2 Ethereum and started listing it for them for 0.3 Ethereum. So he was like, oh, well, this 2 Ethereum is too expensive. I'd love to just buy him back. Buying it back cost him nothing because the money just goes back to him anyway. So he listed them all at 0.3, but then people started to snipe them. So he was listing 500 a day or 500 a week or something, and people just sniped them for 0.3 and then started listing them from 1.5 to 2 Ethereum. And now I went in and figured out someone guided me on how to purchase one through the smart contract. And then I bought about 5 or 6 of them for 1.5 to 2 Ethereum. And yeah, I have no idea what this is going to do, but it's a 2016 project, and you can put a pixel of whatever you want on the map, which I think is pretty epic. But there's another one for you guys to check out. It's the 26. It's pre-Curio cards.
Damn.
Yeah, on Ethereum.
I'm gonna hit up Adam and just be like, dude, let's talk. What's going on with this one?
Yeah, I wish I could guide you guys with the Ethereum stuff, but it's in my Discord chat. So if you want to spend another 20-30 minutes, I can pop it up and try and figure it out again. But it's like playing with a smart contract itself and inputting the data, and yeah, it's a lot of messing around. Maybe it's too much for the viewers.
I was gonna say I'd love to do that right now, Matty. It's 11:15 p.m. for me, and I have a stream in less than 8 hours again in the morning. But this was a real pleasure, and thanks for dropping a little extra alpha at the end. I'm gonna hit up Adam, and that ought to be. I'll definitely get him on stream. Matty, you're welcome anytime, man. I know that this was kind of thrown together at the last minute, but this was awesome, and I'll continue watching your content, of course.
Thank you guys, both of you. I'd love to reconnect, and I'm so happy that there's so many other NFT people making content. I'm all up for people trying to make sense of this space because there's unlimited amount of people that we need to do that. So great stream. I've enjoyed connecting with you guys for sure.
Thanks,
cheers, boys.
I promise we're not always just bumbling around like me being like, wait, I don't understand what's going on, So
don't worry, man, that's me. You should see me on my streams. I'm like, guys, I have no idea what you're talking about. Someone's trying to tell me to check out some bored dogs and all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, it's the nature of the space.
For sure, man. Well, everyone, thank you for watching, and catch you guys next time. Thanks, Matty. Thanks, Gilly. See you guys.